Hell is a survival game set in an Amazonian rainforest. Trapped and forced into trying to survive, the game also throws players into a psychological thriller. The rainforest will take a toll on the player's mind, bringing out some strange hallucinations. Meanwhile, while you're exploring the rainforest, gathering supplies to keep your vitals up, and battling your hallucinations, you'll need to figure out what to craft up with your resources. You can build up a base along with weapons, armor, medical dressings, tools, and fishing gear. Without spoiling too much of the narrative, the game focuses on the protagonist hunting down his missing wife Mia. If you're looking deep and complex survival systems in a massive sandbox sim, there's only one game that truly fits the bill. There's a big learning curve in this zombie survival game, but once you've got a handle on how the various systems work, you'll find an unending and engrossing challenge in the harsh post-apocalyptic world. Loot buildings, craft gear, farm and fish, fight zombies, or better yet, avoid them and struggle with everything from injuries to disease to boredom to how much noise you make while moving around. This is a brilliant zombie survival simulation like nothing else out there. Join or battle other players, or attempt to go it alone, starting with primitive tools and weapons and advancing to firearms and massive bases. You'll have to contend with wild animals, hunger, and thirst, but this is a very PvP-intensive survival experience, and your main threat will come from the dozens of other players on the servers. Rust left early access in early 2018, but continues to add new features. Minecraft, typically, revolves around starting with nothing and then destroying the surrounding terrain to gather and craft resources. You build your base, kill some animals for food, and then it's time to go down in the mines. Given the Minecraft Caves update recently, going down to the mines to hunt for diamonds and iron has never been more exciting. Your Minecraft experience is your own, so it's up to you if you invite friends, join public servers, or go slay the Ender Dragon solo. Either way, Minecraft is vibrant and developer Mojang simply keep adding more content. Sure, this content takes a long while to come out, but it's usually so worth it when it does. It didn't take long for early access co-op Viking survival game to draw a crowd, and it's easy to see why. A massive procedurally generated world, fearsome boss fights, and excellent base building systems mesh wonderfully with survival elements like cooking and crafting. Solo play is great, but it really shines in co-op, and players can busy themselves with base construction or set out on perilous journeys across the sea to find dangerous new continents. After picking through the wreckage of the plane crash that stranded you here, you'll quickly discover you're not alone. You share a mysterious island with a tribe of terrifying cannibals, and while you struggle to stay fed and hydrated, build structures from simple tents to log homes, and construct traps to snare animals, you'll have to defend against the hungry and determined locals. The forest is built in Unity 5, which provides stunning visuals and effects. There's even a VR version. A wonderful, expansive, addictive, and not to mention inexpensive survival crafting sandbox. Explore randomly generated worlds, gather resources, and enjoy a simple yet satisfying crafting system. Tunnel through vast caverns, battle monsters, befriend NPCs, build yourself a palace, and play alone or with friends in co-op. Terraria has been around for years, but it's stood the test of time. Obsidian shrunk you down and dropped you in a normal backyard, but due to your size it might as well be a jungle. Surrounded by killer spiders, hungry birds, and annoying ants, you can build a base by chopping down blades of grass and forage for food and drink by roasting aphids and collecting drops of dew. It's a beautiful and somewhat wondrous environment from the perspective of someone the size of a bug. The term open world has been thrown onto many games over the last several years, and not all live up to the hype. After all, just because you have a nice space to roam doesn't mean you can do much in it. However, in 7 Days to Die, the massive area they give you is full of conflict and opportunity. It all depends on what you want to do with it. You'll be put in a zombie-infested world alongside legions of players and must decide how you will live. Fight against the undead and craft items to make it to the next day. Join up with other players to form a party or carry on alone. With charming artwork yet punishing gameplay, Don't Starve is an addictive challenge and one of the best survival experiences out there, and in a rare turn of events, one of the few games here to graduate from early access. The crafting is complex and satisfying as you attempt to survive busy days and deadly nights. Fight and eat animals, practice both science and magic, and keep an eye on your mental health so you don't go insane. The standalone expansion Don't Starve Together even lets you play with pals. At first glance, Ark Survival Evolved appears to be a mad scientist's wet dream in terms of concept. It borrows plenty of elements from science fiction tropes, like an enclosed island with hidden futuristic technology and guns too. However, what makes Ark stand out is its local fauna or creatures, dinosaurs. You can capture, tame, and ride velociraptor-like creatures and even use them to fight some nasty T-Rex dinos. You can even capture and tame the T-Rex yourself. Moreover, Ark's fascinating creature feature doesn't stop with dinosaurs. They also have plenty of other more alien-looking beings and even bosses that can be crucial to gameplay. It still has the standard survival fare of collecting, crafting, and looking after your needs, meaning survival is still the top priority here. Explore an alien, underwater world while piloting your handcrafted submarine through mysterious submerged landscapes. From beautiful coral reefs to deep-sea caves and trenches, you'll gather resources and sustenance, build habitats and a fleet of subs, and craft new tech to help you survive the depths. It's hard not to compare it to Minecraft, yet developer Unknown Worlds has put their own unique stamp on the survival genre. The sequel to the hit survival game Subnautica, Below Zero takes you back to that mysterious alien planet, but with a cold twist or two along the way. One of them is that you're there to solve the mystery of what happened to your sister. Plus, what happened to the research teams that once populated this frozen region of the planet? As you explore above and below the depths and all that lies within them, you will encounter research stations that will aid you in your quest. Fight the cold with these air-evolving alien creatures and find the truth you seek.
Oxygen.
The best games are those that are easy to learn and difficult to master. Oxygen Not Included fits that bill. Jumping into it and learning the basics is a snap, but fully understanding it takes a lot of time and effort. While it's adorable, the colony builder is also deep and complex as it simulates its harsh subterranean environment. You'll need to manage your colonists' hunger, happiness, cleanliness, and naturally their clean and breathable oxygen as they dig out caverns, gather resources, build machinery, and try to turn a harsh environment into a comfortable underground home. It's been 5 years of early access, but Rimworld has finally reached version 1.0. In this management and survival sim, you oversee a colony of randomly generated people stranded on a procedural alien planet. Expand the base, keep your colonists healthy and sane, and deal with disasters thrown your way by Rimworld's AI director, which can include anything from disease outbreaks to alien attacks to weather events. The toughest challenge may be just making your colonists simply get along with each other. Each one has a distinct personality, desires, and moods. Only the strong can survive in a land where gods, monsters, and humans reside. Conan Exiles tests you in a world where mercy is rarely shown and gives you full reign to determine your path. Within this realm, you must protect yourself from the elements. So clothe yourself in adequate garb and ensure you stay warm by lighting fires or staying in shelters. You can play the game alone and see how long you last, or work with other players to build kingdoms. Or you can lead the charge and take over lands controlled by others. DayZ is a big open-world MMO title that forces players into surviving the zombie apocalypse. What makes this game a thrill is that not only are you stranded in this open world, full of overgrown cities, mountains, forests, lakes, and rivers, but you have the undead along with other players to worry about. Players start by scavenging items, everything to keep your protagonist fed and items to heal, while also coming across gear to further protect yourself from enemies such as armor and weapons is pretty crucial. However, you can work with friends together as you attempt to overthrow other players in the open world. Furthermore, there's always the chance you can come across another player that's also alone or with a small group, which may allow you to join in and continue on your search for resources or raiding. Surviving upon the ocean is not something most would want to do, but when your plane crashes and that's where you land, you'll have to make do with what you got. Stranded Deep will have you searching everywhere for supplies to survive. Whether that be on top of the water, below the water, or on the various islands you come across in your travels. Find whatever they offer, then craft shelter, weapons, tools, whatever it takes. Everything you do will affect your health. You'll need to stay fed, hydrated, and out of the sun to ensure you survive. Depicting war not from the perspective of an elite soldier but from that of a group of civilians simply trying to stay alive amidst the chaos, this War of Mine is a different and more desperate kind of survival game. You will face tough choices as you manage your survivors' health, both physical and mental. Scrounging for food and supplies during the night is tense and harrowing, and no matter what you find, it never seems to be enough. It's not just a survival game but a harsh and unblinking look at the reality of war. Frostpunk is a blend of city building, society simulation, and survival in a grim and frozen world. With a handful of cold, hungry, unhappy people, you'll need to construct a working city inside a snow-filled crater heated only by a massive coal furnace. gather resources, hunt for food, and manage your citizens by giving them hope for the future. It's a harsh and beautiful survival game that confronts you with difficult choices at every turn.
Workday is over. Remember to stow the tools.
With a focus on atmosphere and environmental survival, The Long Dark stands out in an increasingly crowded genre. You play as a bush pilot stranded in the frozen wilderness after a mysterious global calamity. There are no zombies, no mutants, and no other players. It's just you fighting against the elements, the wildlife, and your own human fragility. Metro Exodus is the culmination of the franchise in many ways. Because in previous titles, you were asked to just survive in a location that had been heavily devastated by war. Now, you are on a mission to try and find a new place to live for the survivors that remain. You'll be a Spartan Ranger and take a locomotive across Russia in hopes that there is new life in the east that can be used to house the remaining people under your care. Explore the lands you come across, scavenge anything you find so you can use it to craft items and weapons later, and defeat anything that might come across your path. Icarus is a survival sandbox game with one of the most rich character customization and crafting systems in the genre. Developer Rocketworks and game runner Dean Hall, creator of DayZ, wanted to shake up the genre with a session-based, mission-focused concept. The result was a survival sandbox game with the feel of an action-adventure title. To complete each mission and survive to tell the tale, you have to tailor your build and the equipment you choose to start with. Icarus also challenges a staple of most sandbox games, that structures are permanent. While the game is open world, and you can build anything anywhere, the map is wiped and reset at the end of the mission. Icarus goes far beyond basic measures of hunger, thirst, and health. It supports the most detailed and dynamic weather system of its kind, constantly affecting how you plan and progress through the game. Mission-based gameplay loops also enable implementations of a mission timer, after which your seeker is left to perish on the planet's surface. There are 2 games in the Dying Light series, and each puts you in tough scenarios you must endure. No matter which you play first, you'll be in a world filled with zombies and opportunistic people. Your actions within the cities you reside in will affect the course of power and how the city evolves. A fun twist is you don't need to constantly fight zombies if you don't want to. Instead, you can parkour around them so they never bother you. Craft weapons and use them wisely because it's more than the undead you have to fear.